Page 5. A ladder is leaning against a wall that makes an angle of 31 degrees. The ladder just touches the box that has the dimension 64 by 27. How long is the ladder to the nearest centimeters? Right, so we are looking for this right here. This is our ladder. All right, this highlighted line. All right, so SOHCAHTOA, sine law, cosine law, which one of the three do you think we should use? Why? It's a right angle triangle. That's right. So I can use SOHCAHTOA. But can I just use SOHCAHTOA on this big right angle triangle? Can I just use SOHCAHTOA on this big? No, because I don't know the whole length. I only know part of the length, So, so instead, how many right angle triangles do you see in this diagram? Three of them, right? I have this one, this one, and the big one overall. So, page 5. So I can do each one individually. All right, so this is 64 right here. So looking at this, you just had a whole test on this on SOHCAHTOA. All right, so let me just draw this up. Let me just redraw this so that it's easier to see. 31 degrees, 64 right here. I'm trying to find this. All right. What's my very first step? The most important step. Jonathan.
Label your H O and A.
H, O, and A. That's right. I'm given this angle. 31. So this side that is across from it is opposite. This side that I want to find, this hypotenuse. So O and H, which one is it? Yep. So, right. Do we know the angle?
Yeah.
31 degrees. And then this tells us the order as well. So opposite over hypotenuse. So 64 over, let's call it x. Okay. My x is on the bottom, so should I multiply or divide? Divide, yeah. So 64 divided by sine 31 on the calculator. Okay. 64 divided by sine 31. I get 124 centimeters. Okay, it says near centimeters. Okay. Sydney? Yeah, so now I do for this triangle right here. This one right here. Okay, again, a right angle triangle. I know that this side is 27. I'm trying to find this. This is 31. Angle. Yep. Yeah, I could do this big right angle triangle, 90, 31, so then this is 59. Or I also know this is 31 degrees. Why is this also 31 degrees? Similar triangle. See how this one like kind of ties in everything we did together? Yeah, these are similar triangles. Right? And so if you so again, the most important step, Rashawn, what's the most important step before I do anything? Label. All right, I'm looking at this angle, 10A. So if I'm looking at this angle, which side is this? A. This side? H. Because it's right across from the 90 degree. Right, so that's always your hypotenuse across from that 90 degree symbol. Okay, A and H. Elisa. See? Yeah. All right. So cosine 31 degrees equals adjacent, which is 27, over hypotenuse. We'll use y instead of x. Okay. Variable is on the bottom again, which means I'm just dividing. Cosine 31 degrees. So y is 27 divided by cosine 31. 30, okay. So this, we'll round it to 32. Okay. So, Jaden, what's my final answer here? Now that I got the two lengths.
32 plus 124, 156.
Right. So I have to add up the two side lengths. I found this length. I found this length. So add it together. 124 plus 32. Sorry, what did you say?
156.
Units? Right. Okay, so therefore the length of the ladder is 156 centimeters long. Okay, that was more than 2 minutes, Leandro. You just missed the whole example. Okay, so you see, even though we had the test, this still comes back. You still have to know SOHCAHTOA. Alright, but because you guys did so well on the last test, it's okay that you see it, right? Okay, number 2. So last example, we're only doing these two word problems for today. Ryan, he has a triangular backyard with side lengths 27, 21, and 18. His bag of fertilizer covers 400 meters square. Does he have enough fertilizer? Okay. So what do you think we're trying to find? Yeah, Andy? Area of this triangle. So, okay. So, you know how in the last chapter, all the diagrams that we drew were right angle triangles? Alright. In this chapter, what shapes have we been doing? Non-right angle triangles. So when you draw the diagram, don't draw a right angle triangle. So it looks something like this. I'm just gonna call it A, B, and C, just so that I label it. Okay. Which side looks like it's 27? Ooh. Yeah. B. Yeah. So because this side looks the longest. All right. This side looks like this. The 21. This side looks like. Oops, sorry. No, 18. Okay. Now this is again just a sketch. Okay. It's not to scale. I just wanted to give myself a diagram because it's easier to see and understand. Right. So I need to find the area, as Andy said. How do I find? What's the formula to finding the area of a triangle? Base times height divided by 2. Okay. Do I have the base of this triangle? Yeah, 27. Do I have the height of this triangle? No. Where is the height? The height is right here. Okay, you guys see some ideas already. Okay, so the fact that I gave you all 3 sides is a big hint that I should use something to start. Like, let's say I have no clue what to do. I'm so stuck. I'm lost. I don't know how to start it. I gave you all 3 sides. So Rashawn, cosine law, because when I give you all 3 sides, it's even if you're clueless, just doing cosine law will get you marks. Okay, so when I give you all 3 sides, using the cosine law helps you find what? Yeah.
No, between the two.
What does it help me find? Like if I use the cosine law given all three sides, an angle, right? It helps me find an angle. So I'm gonna use the cosine law to help me find angle A. Yeah. I'm gonna. It's not split in half. It's not evenly down the middle. All right. So if I find angle B, it's not gonna help me with the next step in what I want to find. So let's figure out what angle A is first. If I want to find angle A, I start with A, end with A. Okay. Let's see. Who should I ask? Max. Hi. Can you help me build the formula for A? A squared equal plus, yep, 2BC. Perfect. Good. Okay. Do I know A, B, and C? Yeah, I know all the sides. This is B, this is C, this is A. Okay, so plug it in. 21 square equals 27 square plus 18 square minus 2 times 27 times 18 cosine A. Okay. After I substitute everything, there should just be one unknown. Everything else I actually know. I know all the numbers. All right, let's work it out. 21 times 21, 441. 27 times 27, 729. 18 times 18, 324. 2 times 27 times 18, 972 cosine A. Okay. Now, those of you who did your homework last night, what's my next step? Ethan. Right. I have to move these two over. Alright, by subtracting. Do not add and subtract these three. Okay, bet mass. So 441, take away 729, take away 324. I get negative 630. Okay. What do I do with that negative 972 now? Cindy?
You divide it by cosine, or you divide cosine A. You move it over.
By dividing, right. So negative 6, I'm just writing out the full step. You don't have to. You move it over by doing the opposite, which is dividing in this case. So negative 630 divided by negative 972. You get 0.6481. How do I find the angle again? Shift cos. Good. Alright, so shift cosine that I get 50 degrees. Okay. Yeah. Say that again. Negative. Right here. Did I make a mistake? 441 minus 729 minus 324. 612. Where did I get 630 from? Sorry. 612. 612 divided by 972. Okay, see, careless mistakes on the test. 6, 2, 9, 6. So cosine inverse 69, 6, 51 degrees. Okay, so I was off by 1 degree because of the decimal. Okay. So now going back to this picture right here, I know that this is 51 degrees. Okay, who sees what my next step should be? I see that Sydney knows. Okay, again, this is not split in half. I probably should have drew it more dramatic so that you guys can see it's not split in half. Hey, Sydney sees it. William sees it. Anyone else see how that helps? Hey, Sydney.
I don't see it anymore.
Oh, you don't see it anymore? Okay, William.
If it's not split down the middle, I don't think so either.
Okay. Ethan, how about you? Let me draw this more dramatic so that you guys can see it's not down the middle. I think Neela. I hear Neela's ideas.
I was asking if I'm not on the middle. I know.
Okay, Ethan first. Huh?
Oh, so they're still both right.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's still good.
So Neela? Yeah. So the fact that this is a right angle triangle, alright, tells you SOHCAHTOA. If I cover up this part right here, what was I trying to find? Like, what was the whole purpose of this? To find a height, right? So if I look at this right angle triangle, I have 51 degree, I have the hypotenuse. So I can do this right angle triangle. Opposite. This is the opposite side. Alright, and this is my hypotenuse. Yeah, not yet, not yet. No. Alright, so looking at that right angle triangle right here, I'll just redraw it. So 51 degrees. I'm looking for opposite. I know my hypotenuse is 18. Okay, so O and H. So, okay, so sine 51 degrees equals opposite, we'll call it x, over hypotenuse. Okay, the unknown is on the top, so I just simply multiply. So 18 times sine 51 degrees. And I get we'll round it to 14 meters. Yeah, so now I can use the base times height divided by 2. I know my base is 27. I know the height is 14. So 27 times 14 divided by 2, 189. What's my unit?
No, meter. Meter squared.
Meter squared area. Okay. Have I answered the question?
No.
Yes.
400 minus.
Right. Okay. So I have enough fertilizer for 400 meters square worth. My backyard is actually only 189. So I have more than enough. I could fertilize it twice. Okay. So this question right here uses SOHCAHTOA and cosine law. Okay. So to wrap up, when do we use SOHCAHTOA? Right angle triangles. When do we use cosine law? Non-right angle triangles given
Three lengths.
or an angle in between. Good. When can we use sine law?
Pair. When you're giving a pair of angle and length
Okay. In what type of triangle?
in non-right angle.
Only non-right angle triangles? In right angle triangle, because you have 90 degrees is still an angle. So it will work. So sine law and cosine law actually works on both non-right angle triangle and right angle triangles. But SOHCAHTOA only works on right angle triangles. Huh? Oh, sure. Okay. One last comment right here. So at the beginning, I think it was Jaden or Andy said to find angle B. Okay, why finding angle B would not help in this case? Yeah.
It's like one of the right triangle is not right angle, it's not a complete angle.
Right, you're trying to form a right angle triangle so that you can use SOHCAHTOA. So if I find this, it's not going to help me find the height of the triangle. Okay. Also one other thing I want to point out. You know how I say, if this is angle A, this is length A. If this is angle C, this is length C. When you take a look at these angles and length B is the longest. What can you say about angle B? Is also the biggest, right? So the bigger your angle, the longer your length. The smaller the angle, the smaller the length. Is also proportional.
Will we be doing ambiguous triangles?
Good question. Okay, so and right. So
I hope we're not doing that.
wait. Okay, so let me just write this out first. Your homework is page 6. All right, your homework is page 6.